Hey folks, it's Shireen Herrera, County 10 and Wind River Internet Tech Tips with Patrick Adam. We have an exciting show today because we're talking about something that's super popular, gaining popularity, and I'm excited to learn more, and that is video game streaming services. I'm sure some parents and maybe even some gamers out there, ears perked up.
Yeah, so this is really interesting. I kind of got into it because the new generation of video game consoles have come out. So there's the new Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5, and you can't buy them.
Shortage.
They've been out for almost a year now, and you still cannot buy one. They have signs in the stores that say, "Yeah, just go online to buy it." But good luck competing with the bots, because the only way you can really get one is pay double or triple the price on eBay.
So if you have parents out there, Christmas is crazy enough coming up, really 5 months down the road, and you're thinking how do I get my hands on one of these consoles for my kid? Well, the answer is you don't necessarily need to, right?
Yeah, so this is actually really interesting, and they've talked about it forever, but it's never really become possible until now with services like fiber optic internet that we offer here at Wind River Internet, where instead of having the big noisy loud box next to your TV that the fans spin up like a hurricane every time you turn it on, and then waiting 2 hours for all the different versions of every update. Well, actually, with our internet, it doesn't take 2 hours, but it still takes a while. Every time you play the game, there's the latest update. You got to wait for it to install. This it's always updated on their servers, and you just start playing the game immediately. And I found it actually a lot better than owning a console. So there's a bunch of services. The one I've been experimenting with is Google Stadia, and it's pretty cool. You just anything that's an Android TV, you can download the app Stadia, or you can buy their little kit. They have specials that are like $60, and they'll give it away free with certain video games. They gave it away with Cyberpunk and the latest Resident Evil. But you get a Chromecast Ultra that just plugs into the HDMI in your computer, uses almost no power at all through USB, and then the controller connects to your Wi-Fi. So on a computer or your phone, you set up the Wi-Fi on the controller, and then you get all these games. So like this, I have it pulled up on my computer right here. You can play any of these games immediately. Now the catch is you have to buy the game on Stadia, and that's both a good thing and a bad thing.
Now, do any of them have a subscription membership that you have to pay for?
Yeah, so it's $10 a month for Stadia, and some of the other ones have different prices, but they're all usually around $10 a month.
And there's about 5 platforms, major platforms for video game streaming right now, and it sounds like with the popularity that's going to possibly increase.
Yeah. So there's a bunch of them. Xbox has a service that they're kind of playing around with that you can actually just turn on your existing Xbox to stream. It's like you're the server, and then you stream your games elsewhere. And PlayStation has that as well. But they're looking at doing the same thing where it's going to be all cloud-based. You don't even need the console. And the cool thing is, like Stadia right now, it can do 4K. Awesome. So it can do the highest resolution. It can do the highest frame rates, and you don't have to buy the newest, $500 console. And the NVIDIA service, GeForce Now, the really cool thing about that one is it uses Steam. So if you're a PC gamer and you already have a bunch of games, you can immediately just play them all. You don't have to rebuy the games.
So it's connected in different ways then.
Yeah. So it's they work a little bit different. So Stadia got to rebuy your games if they're old ones or new ones, and if you stop paying your $10, your games are gone.
Now, I think talking to some kids about video game streaming service recently, their first thought was, I don't want to play that game with a keyboard. That's not the actual case with video game streaming services, correct?
Right. So like I was saying, you can either buy the Stadia controller, or they let you pair with any Bluetooth controller. So all the controllers are Bluetooth now, so you can pair a PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5 or Xbox controller. So if you prefer that type of controller, you can use it with the system. It's just Bluetooth.
That makes it nice because there's so many things out there where you have to rebuy a specific thing for it, correct, to make it compatible. It's nice to know that it'll work with other controllers.
So yeah, the catch is you gotta have a really good internet connection.
Wind River Internet. That's why we're here, Patrick, Adam, and Tech Tips. Not only giving you tips on something great like this, but talking about internet service.
The really neat thing is if you have multiple screens, you can use those. So they have mounts for these controllers for your phone. So you can play these games on your phone, you can play them on your iPad, you can play them on your laptop, you can play them on the TV upstairs, the TV downstairs. If you have a hotel that actually has good internet, you can play them when you're traveling in a hotel.
What's kind of the benefit of a console, though? I don't mean to say that I'm not a complete gamer, but if my nephew, when I take him on the road, can play his video games anywhere and everywhere, I'm kind of like, what's the point of a console? And that's why I guess the allure of the video game streaming service, right? Have that good internet and then make sure that, you've got the controller and the capability. That's all you need. And most people have, some of the capability as far as a laptop or a phone that you could use.
I'm going to pull up my notes here, but it's the video game took over.
I know, I thought we were actually playing. I was like, are we getting ready? This looks like a really cool game.
It is a really cool game, but it's starting from the beginning.
Visual effects are awesome.
So it's like it's
doing
the intro, which is like 10
minutes long. In a land, in a world.
It's like, let me out. I just want to see my notes. Oh, here we go.
It's nice that people can do that wherever. I mean, Patrick was sitting here on a Facebook Live, popping up his favorite video game. He's got his controller right here. Pretty simple.
So there's the Stadia, there's NVIDIA GeForce now. PlayStation now only works on PlayStation, but it's pretty cool because you can stream like the entire library of games without having to install them on your PlayStation. And you can play older games. So you can play PlayStation 1 and 2. I was
going to say, that one's been around for a little while, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been around a long time. But that's probably the easiest way to explain it, except for all the new services don't require you have a console. And then Amazon Luna is in beta right now. Like, I applied for it, but I haven't got in. But it's the same concept. You buy all the games that you've ever bought on Amazon will show up and you can play them.
Oh, anything Amazon sometimes is kind of gold, So I wonder how long ago did you sign up for it?
November.
Oh, wow.
So
parents, Christmas, you might want to sign up for that now. Maybe you'll get approved.
So if anybody who's watching this on the comments, if you've ever used any of these streaming services, let me know what you think, or let us know,
Yeah, definitely. I think that it's something that's obviously part of the future. Like I said, I'm not sure, you start thinking about consoles and, how relevant they are when you're able to actually play any video game, every video game, keeping the kids, entertained as well on the go, which makes that so much more appealing. And you're a gamer, aren't you, Patrick? You play a little bit?
I used to be a bigger gamer. I had a cyber cafe in town, but I've just been busy putting internet in the ground for so long. I don't get much time to play video games, and when I do, I sit down, I start the game, and it says you need this update. And then I'm waiting for the update. And we see the little thing spinning, and my wife comes in and is like, oh, playing video games. I was like, yeah.
So like you mentioned earlier, though, with the video game streaming services, they're all automatically updated.
Yeah, you don't have to wait for this 40 gig patch to download and install. And I actually really like it. Like, I've been playing through this Resident Evil and Cyberpunk, and they're pretty cool because both of them, when they first come out, they had patches, and you didn't have to wait for those. And then as you play through it, they come out with more patches, and you don't have to wait for those. So it's been pretty handy if you don't have a lot of time.
Right. And if you have any questions, too, on video game streaming service, Patrick or ourselves here are always happy to, although you don't want me to answer that question because I don't know much about it. But Patrick does, and he's actually, what's great is he's firsthand running through a lot of this stuff, whether it be playing a few of the games, checking out stuff, GeForce versus, Google's video game streaming service, and kind of finding some of those, niches and stuff, too, that he'll be happy to share.
Yeah, and I don't know. Do we have any questions for today's show?
No questions. Video game streaming is definitely new, but it's coming up and quickly too. So
we threw everybody off by being at 3 instead of 2.
Yes. I feel like this is a great time, except especially when kids go back to school, the parents will be, and we have a few that are already back. So, yeah, when the kids go fully back to school, 3 o'clock would be a good time. We're just getting out of school. But yeah, video game streaming, 5 major platforms that I know of, and Patrick has kind of unveiled. What about the Microsoft Cloud one? Have you played around with that one at all?
You know, I haven't played with it yet. Well, actually, my son has. Yeah, he was doing the weirdest thing. We had a PlayStation 5 controller that we bought before the actual PlayStation 5 came out, but he was using the Xbox service on his laptop to make it work as a controller for the Xbox, because he was trying to play a game with his cousins, and they only had one controller, so that he was using it as an intermediary to be a controller for the Xbox.
How smart.
I was like,
Good
you
idea.
can do that?
Yeah, we need to get him on the show. But honestly, sometimes kids really do answer questions when it comes to video games and video game streaming services, even better than some of us adults can. So, hey, maybe next time we'll have him join the show.
Maybe. Yeah, it was pretty cool, because the other thing he's done is we just leave the Xbox at the house, and it's ultimately a server. And then when we go to his cousin's house in Colorado, he can play our games over there.
Right.
It's basically acting like it's a streaming service backwards.
Right. But with one of these streaming services, you don't even need to worry about that, because you can technically do it anywhere. So.
Right.
Remember, if you have questions, you can comment on this video. You can always send it to us on Facebook or Wind River Internet. And yeah, we look forward to next month's topic with Patrick, and hopefully another fun episode.
Oh, I do see a question on here.
I got excited. Excited. Oh, yes. Terry's microphone.
Daryl says, I go through CenturyLink and it won't let me connect my Xbox. Do you know how I can do it?
So actually, this is something we have that comes up a lot. So the way the internet works is everybody, or every computer, has an IP address, and each device has a MAC address. And usually when you get internet, you get one IP address, and then your router splits it up and shares it with everything on your network. Sometimes, a lot of times, for security reasons, people lock down their routers, and they don't work with Xboxes after that.
Interesting.
So the other ISP, CenturyLink, I don't know what the settings are on theirs, but usually people are always trying to get an open NAT, and that means that all of the Xbox traffic will bypass what the router does and go directly to the Xbox. And then moderate NAT, it means that it's still going through the router, but all the traffic still gets through. And that usually works good for 99% of people, except for the really hardcore gamers that want to have that open NAT. And then there's like a strict NAT, which it works, but it's not great. And then there's another one where it's just not working at all. And that sounds like what you've got. Unfortunately, you need to talk to your people at CenturyLink on how to fix that, or maybe get a different router.
Well, if you have any questions, you can still comment on the video, but video game streaming, yeah, that was nice to answer Daryl's question, so thanks to Daryl for sending that in. And yeah, we'll be back next month if we don't have any other questions.
No,
Terry, any questions?
I have none.
Oh,
Will's in the back. He's been demoted off of the screen.
I guess just quick updates on Wind River Internet Service. Are we over? Oh, okay. If you do have issues with your NAT, a lot of times it's because you have multiple Xboxes. And like I was saying, you're sharing one IP address. We do offer a service where you can get a second IP address, or you can get a second service at your house, and that'll fix that issue to get open NAT on more than one Xbox in a house. That's come up with several people. It's just not something that you can really do with just the standard service. If you want to have two Xboxes with an open NAT, it doesn't work.
That's why Patrick's doing it. He's so smart.
But yeah, we can accommodate, so we can get it to work. You just need to call up and ask for the special service. No.
Well, you can tell him you actually heard it though, right here on the Facebook Live. Yeah, you heard it here.
Another question in that time.
Oh, okay.
When will fiber internet be on an Ethernet?
That is the perfect way of phrasing that. The fiber optic is there in Ethernet. It's not lit up.
TV's whispering past.
Yeah, they're in the know. Soon, very, very soon. They just finished lighting up Mill Creek housing, and they're going to be doing ETH Village here as soon as they can bore across the street. They lost a boring head in the casino, but they're digging it up today.
I
So
don't know what that means.
we're they're tunneling under the road.
Wow.
We have a machine that goes in diagonally and tunnels underneath the roads to lay the fiber optic conduit,
Awesome.
and then we feed the fiber optic through it. And
We're
we
literally building it,
yeah,
connected.
and we got everything done in Ethity, but this one little section across one little road, and we actually had it built, but when they redid the road, it collapsed. So we have to rebuild it. So yeah, hopefully next week they should be able to get that run, and then we'll start lighting people up here like by the end of this month over in Ethity.
Awesome. Well, Daryl had another question. He was so happy with the first answer. When will you be offering services in the Kinnear Pavilion area?
We already do through the fixed wireless service, but it is limited. You have to call and give us your address so we can see if it'll work. We are going to be doing fiber optic though next summer in Pavilion and Kinnear and all around Ocean Lake and back towards Shoshone on like Alaska Road and all that 8 Mile. And
So Daryl, you got to call Wind River Internet, give them your address, and they'll let you know if they can set you up.
exactly.
He's tired of CenturyLink.
Here, it could trickle
That's all I
in.
got right now.
Well, you've covered a lot of great topics with Wind River Internet and tech tips, and it was great too with the video game streaming service because Patrick doesn't have anything invested in video game streaming services, but he wanted to give us, the consumer, the information about it. And the fact that Christmas is right around the corner, and I'm sure a lot of parents are much like you when you were talking about the shortage of the new Xbox, the new PlayStation. They're just hard to come by right now. So a video game streaming service is a way for your kid to still use the controller and still be able to connect to their favorite games.
I think I just realized what we could do for the next episode is the streaming boxes.
Yes.
So the differences between like a Chromecast and an Apple TV and Amazon Fire Stick and
Oh, yeah. Roku.
and then that'll lead into the next thing that we can hopefully do, which is our TV service, which will run on any of those boxes.
Great. See, I love that. 'Cause I was going to say, how does that work? Because it seems like a competitive thing there. But I'll be interested to watch that video if I'm not in the video with you, Patrick. So.
Well, I hope you can.
It's
join
been
me
fun
again.
joining you guys, though, for Wind River Tech Tips. I'm Shireen Herrera. We have Patrick Adam. Every single month, you can find out more about tech tips like video game streaming services. You can get your questions answered. You could submit them early. If you've got one about one of the TV streaming services, you could even ask that to us now and get us prepared for next month. But we'll see you back here on County 10.